Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my devlogs. This is going to be number 3. Still working on the recreation of Pong. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I've got some ideas on, how to put my own spin on it and creativity. But today, as you just saw, we are working on the enemy. More specifically, it's AI per se. What you see me doing now is with the use of online forums and AI, I tried to generate like a template to work off of. So that's what we start off here. But just like a college professor who's bored, I'm gonna hit you with but you're not. We're not gonna need any of that. You'll see that later on when I backspace the whole thing and then just use whatever came to my dome, which honestly seems to be working out right now. Whether or not it's a long-term solution, we'll have to see in terms of what I add to the game and how I do difficulty scaling and all of that. But for now, you can kind of see what I had cooked up. If to you everything looked correct, I was just messing with the numbers funny. Feel free to let me know. Be like, that is actually was a pretty good template, but you just messed up here. I'll take that and I'll reevaluate, take a look at it. Um, but yeah, I do appreciate again everybody that has been commenting and providing feedback or just engaging with my videos and content. It always is fun to see, and it always is too fun to share ideas, take into account other people's feedbacks, and see what I can do. I will say that since this is such a smaller project, I am going to slap it into itch.io and let people play it, especially if I want to test things like the difficulty, like how's the ramping? Is this too hard? Does this feel wonky? Because at the end of the day, why not? Especially if it's free and you're just trying to find something to do. So I've got a couple friends that definitely will. But if you aren't somebody that I know closely, also, hey, feel free to hop in. So again, just filling out the template here for now. This incorporated a like delay and a timer, as well as trying to move the paddle left and right with like a margin of error. That would be the difficulty. I was having some problems straight off the bat with what I had cooked up. This x equals clamp thing, I don't know if I would honestly ever use that. I feel like there might be better ways, but that's supposed to just like keep it in the room. But I noticed that it got stuck. So I was like, I'm not going to play with any of that. But unlike last video where it was mostly still images, here you go. Looks like the preview's actually working and you see movement. Again, I know I said that last devlog, but I don't think last devlog with it being the menu didn't have any movement. So other than I think I showed off like playing and restarting and all of that. But now you can actually see what's happening as it happens. So yeah, I was uh, I'd say 90% of what was written here for this code I did understand, but since I didn't have a full understanding, look, you can start seeing me removing things and testing it, removing things, testing it, removing things, testing it. That's just so that way I can see what it's doing visually. While I do enjoy coding a lot, I also like to see the visual changes. I am more of a visual learner. Um, so it's definitely, you'll see me hitting the play button a ton if you watch these videos. If you are just somebody who is more interested in watching my shorts, which are much shorter, no pun intended, or TikToks, you probably won't see all this and you won't really have to worry about it. But again, working on my speaking and ability to articulate what I'm doing um, on the screen, always a skill that I wasn't the best at. So that's why these are here. That and just, proof that I worked on things just for myself and, down the line if anybody wants to see. So again, just keep in play and removing things and just seeing what happens, how it changes. Honestly, what was a pain was there wasn't drastic changes except for right there. Bro's Ultra Instinct now, and I don't think there was any way you were beating that paddle. Um, so again, we're trying. So now I wanted to kind of, with this place meeting function, I kind of wanted to, my apologies for that abrupt stop. I thought somebody was banging on the door, but it was my cat trying to get into something to eat stuff he shouldn't be eating. Anyway, with this place meeting, I was trying to have it so that way it would the paddle would only move, um, or the target X would update once the bullet hits the player's paddle. I'm not really sure what I was doing here, so kind of hard to explain. I'm honestly just trying random stuff at this point. Um, Trust me, I try to keep these around the 10-minute mark, but when the times where I'm like sitting there and staring and trying to think through it, I pause OBS. there's there's no need in trying to cut it or leaving it in the video where there's just nothing happening on screen because my eyes are rolled up into the back of my head and I'm just trying to think of something. Um, so playing around with that here. I don't know why I put room width here. I definitely meant to reference the, let's see, reference the X value of the enemy, which the horizontal position of the enemy. I, again, don't know why I put room width, but I figured that out pretty quickly that it's not the way to go. At some point, you will see quite the jump cut where everything just looks different. Again, hey, if you are here to maybe learn something, I wouldn't expect that because we're not here to teach. I'm here to kind of to show what I've been doing. Maybe later down the line I'll be much better at it. But you can actually see right here, I was highlighting everything to kind of show where I changed stuff, except ignore the first object I was in. Don't know why I did that. But look at that, much simpler. Just creating a target X with the target X being the bullet's X, and then making the X of the paddle lerp, which kind of smooths out the movement so it's not super jaggedy. And then using that lerp value, that 0.10, kind of as the difficulty. I have no problems with it right now because changing that value does change the difficulty, especially since the ball gets faster as we play. I need to add some more elements where you can like juke out the paddle, but as you can see here, I believe I did this way earlier, but you may have noticed I wasn't gonna like try to play against this because then this video might be like 2 hours long if I can't beat my own game. So I just stretched out that player paddle to be the whole width of the screen, and then that the enemy AI can play against itself. So just again testing me changing those values. I foot in my mouth. I made it smaller and tried to battle it now. I changed the speed of the player paddle, I believe. Maybe I don't know. That looks like it's going a little fast, but uh, I think I did for this testing purposes. But see, I'm trash, so we're not gonna worry about that. I've got somebody who, when the game's more flushed out, is actually pretty good, better than me. So we just have him test out the difficulties and see how he feels. Anyway, it looks like this is about to wrap up. There's some finishing touches that I put on here. And that is the end. Again, thank you everybody for watching if you are here, and I will see you in the next devlog. Thank you. Bye.